Hello everybody, welcome to a chameleons video. That intro is terrible, but anyway. So, in case you haven't noticed, the Spinofaarism Podcast kind of died. So, this is gonna be basically my new way of covering David Peters, because that is a topic I like covering. And I'm basically just going to do a video every week on the weekend covering Peters' articles from that week. But that is technically not what this is. This video is going to be wrapping up. This video I'm going to do March of 2024, cover that, because that was where we got up to with the Spinofaarism Podcast. So over the next few weeks, I'll cover a month at a time, even though this one technically will be only a week at the end of March. But the next few will be a month at a time until we get up to June or July-ish. And then I'll start covering them per week. Well, let's get into it with his article on how human is the head of Homo naledi. And the answer is very human, apparently. He talks about how they didn't compare it to the head of... A paper was published about Homo sapiens, Homo naledi, but they didn't compare it to Homo sapiens. And then he compares it, and they're pretty similar. That makes sense, given that they're in the same genus, so they wouldn't be that different. And yeah, he claims they lived around 300,000 years ago. I think in a previous version of this article, there was a mistake where he accidentally said that it had lived 300 million years ago. Or check. I think it might be the comments. Yeah, my friend Stu, fellow former podcast co-host, pointed out that it lived 300. He said it lived 300 million years ago. I don't know why I'm talking about that. He's fixed it now. So next, more fish. Let's see. He's talking about white hippus, which is an Eocene moonfish, apparently. Now, let me just figure out what was white hippus actually. White hippus was Pterosaur belonging to lampriforms, which is, I guess it is related to sailfin moonfish, apparently. And then, okay, flying fish, siamine, I think that's how you pronounce it, is not a lampriform. It's actually related to mahi and remoras and chaks, and trevallies. Then, so basically, he just splits up lampriforms and places white phippus in as a sister taxon to the moonfish. Oh, another one about pterosaurs. He's actually gone back to carrying pterosaurs. So he talks about legurpitids. Okay. He claims that that's not a real family. Interesting. So yeah, he places it with Protarchampsid, which are these crocodile-like guys who are, they're like more basal than Euparkeria, and he places them as basal sauriforms, and obviously he doesn't place pterosaurs as archosaurs, so he places them very unrelated to pterosaurs. So he compares Dromomeron, which is a new legurpitid, to Pterosaur which was the guy I just talked about, which was the Proto-Champsid, and he compares them, and like, they don't look that similar. That Fenestre look completely different. Yeah, he complaining about how they didn't talk about his own beliefs about pterosaurs, and then he shows these weird, fluffy pterosaur creatures. The authors have no clue. Basically, that's just his whole, like, oh, this paper's wrong because it doesn't believe my insane theories about pterosaurs. Then we got more the origins of fins that became fingers, so talking about ancient fish, Lysanias. What was Lysanias? A basal jawless fish. I don't know what his claim is here. He compares it to Coelia, which is a living fish, an anchovy. I don't know why he's saying that an anchovy is a close relative of a jawless fish. I don't see what his claim is. Then this next one is him just reposting a Saurian video about T-Rex ontogeny. Then his next one is talking about Santanicthes, which is a basal Characiform, which is a large order of fish, whereas hinge mouths, I doubt they're not Characiforms, Gorionictiforms, which means they're related to beaked salmons, shell-eaters, and milkfish, which I don't know what they are, but they aren't related to Santanicthes. So, compares them. I know he finishes talking about fish and talks about something more interesting soon. I can't wait to get to that. Well, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. I think it will still most likely be available in the same podcast forms. If you want to check it out, there's a link to my Discord server in the description. Also a link to I think there might be a link to the Spinofaarism Podcast Discord server. There'll be links to all the different podcasting apps that the Spinofaarism Podcast is available on. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.